Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is part one of photosynthesis gameplay. We're going to break it into two sets of rounds. So let's just read the introduction to the game. It says, several varieties of trees compete to grow and spread their seed in the sunlight of this small but fertile forest. As each tree grows, its leaves are touched by the sun's rays, collecting light points and casting shadows on the surrounding smaller trees. When a tree reaches the end of its life cycle, players win points proportionally to the richness of the soil the tree was rooted in. So here is soil richness going inward, the most rich soil. Seeds have to be thrown from trees. That's another rule. So let's kind of go through a round here. So we'll start out with round one. I do have the 3 light tokens. I'm missing one, but I've used this blue crystal for the winter king. Okay, so we'll start out with the first player is Winter. And our sun is here. So starting with the sun here, we will all collect our, it's round one. So when the sun returns around this, we will advance this to 2, okay? So we start out with the blue player and Winter player. And Winter will go ahead and count up the sunlight points they get. So the sun rays are pointing this way. There's no shadows. So they get 1 point each, as you can see here from the... So basically a small tree gets 1 point of light, a medium tree gets 2 points of light, and a large tree gets 3 points of light. So right now they would get 2 points. So they can move their 2 points here. And it looks like everyone, this is 2 points. They have 2 points. 1, 2. The only problem is this tree is blocked by this tree, so they will only get 1 point. But you'll see that changes as the sun moves around the board. So we're starting out with the first player. We will go and have them placing a seed cost 1 point, and turning a seed to a tree cost 1 point. So let's use our 2 points right now and have a seed here and here, let's say, right? And we'll do that for all of our players. So we can throw seeds. The seed has to be thrown just 1 from a small tree. And then these available seeds here, we can go 1 and 1. And maybe 1 and 1. And then this player will go 1 and 1. And this player can only do 1 seed. Right? So maybe they'll go here to this area first. So 1, 2, and then we burn off our light that we've saved. So now we're back to 0, and it's end of the turn, and we move our sun 1 position. So now we repeat. So now the sunlight is going this angle, so this one gets 1 and 1. So it's back to 2. Spring gets 1 and 1. The summer gets 1 and 1. It only blocks if it's 1 away, so they get 2. And now finally autumn can get full sunlight for these 2, and they're up to 2 as well. So once again we can progress. So we'll start out with our first player, Winter. The Winter has 2 options. A seed to a tree costs 1 point. So they can take a seed back, replace it with a tree, and take the other seed back and replace it with a tree. And now they have 2. Okay, so they have 2 trees here, and we'll move our power down to 0. Same thing with the spring as well. Spring will have replaced the seed with a tree for 1, and replace a second seed with a tree for 2, and reducing them back down to 0. Next is the summer. Summer will do something a little bit tricky here. I think that they will do they'll do the same. Let's just have them do the same. So move their seeds back. And so you see we're building the slow forest here, right? We're slowly building the forest. And then autumn has the one tree that they can upgrade. And then they'll also throw a seed into the first seed in the 3 space. So actually it sort of worked to their advantage in a way, right? So they have less trees, but they have trees in higher real estate, let's call it, okay? And so now everyone's reduced to 0. Everyone has played their trees. Now we can advance the sun once more. Okay, so now let's count up our sun points. So now the sun's coming from this angle. 1, 2, and 3. This one is blocked. So winter has 3 light points. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Spring has 4 light points. Green has 1, 2 light points. Only these 2 get blocked. So green is at a deficit here. And autumn has 1, 2 light points. Again, hampered by that sun position. You're going to see how that changes as the sun comes around, though. So back to blue. They have the ability to, they're going to go ahead and upgrade one of their trees. So they can upgrade a small tree to a medium tree for 2. And they'll do that on maybe this tree in the 2 space. And then they will also just keep those extra 2 points. Or maybe they will, they'll just, they can throw a seed into the 3 space, and they'll have 1 in reserve. So they keep a light in reserve for the next turn. Okay, and then spring can come in and do something similar. What spring will do is they've got 4. What they're going to do is they're going to buy a tree for 2 and upgrade it. But then they will also purchase, no, they can't purchase that. I think they'll also go and throw a seed down for that with another 1, and they'll keep 1 in reserve as well. Okay, we move to summer. Summer will go ahead and also plant a seed and another seed here. Okay, and that reduces them back to 0. Next and last will be our autumn player. So autumn will go ahead and they will upgrade a tree to a large tree for 2. And that will wrap up this round. And then we will move the sun to the next position. So now the sun's coming from here. Let's go back through the round now. So it's kind of day 1, 2, 3, 4, month 4, something like that, where the sun is making its way around the equinox sort of thing. So I really like the dynamic of it, right? So the next is blue has blocked 1. This one casts a shadow of 2. This casts a shadow of 2 spaces. So it actually can block this tree. So 0, 1, only 1 for the blue player. Spring player gets 1 blocked, 2, only 2 sun for the spring player. So they're up to 3. The green player gets 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally, they have 4. And the autumn player gets 1. Half of this tree is blocked. This would be 2 points, so it gets 1, 1, and 1. They get 3 points. Okay, so let's go and spend those points. So first off, the blue player I guess we'll turn this acorn into a small tree, and that will cost the 2 points. Well, that will cost 1 of the points, right? So they can keep 1 in reserve. The spring player will purchase another medium tree for 3. Okay, planning ahead. The summer player will upgrade, will purchase a small tree and upgrade a tree. So that would be 2 plus 1, and that leaves them at 1. And they will go ahead and throw a seed into the 4 space. So now there's a first player claiming the 4 space for the final one. And then lastly, the autumn player will grow a tree into a bigger tree for 1. Seed to a tree is 1. And they will retain, they will keep those points for the next round. And now we are going to the next round. And we are in the next season. So next season comes through. Let's count the light points. First player is blue, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 5. Spring player is 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 4. Summer player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 5. And autumn player is 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 6. Okay, so winter player will perform an upgrade for 2. Oh, they don't have a tree to upgrade. So they'll have to spend their 4 to buy a giant tree here. And that will leave them at 1. And then they will stay at 1. So they've got an upgrade tree purchased. Spring will upgrade a tree, a seed to a small tree, and upgrade another tree to a medium tree. Okay, so to keep going, Summer will go ahead and Summer will go ahead and upgrade a tree to a medium tree for 2. And turn a tree to a small tree for 1. That brings them down to 1, and their seed can return here. And then finally, Autumn will purchase a large tree for 4 and keep their 2 as a reserve. All right, so we're coming around again, almost through it. Okay, so now we're at this angle. We're back to the blue player. Blue player will go 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a total of 9. And then 1, 2 for a total of 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 6. Okay, so blue player first. They've got 6. They'll upgrade their large tree 2 to 3. It costs 3 of their points. 1, 2, 3. They'll leave it at 2. The next, then they'll upgrade the small tree to a 2 as well. Okay, so they'll grow their forest and they're back to 0. Spring will upgrade, will buy a large tree for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they will upgrade a small tree for 1, 2. And they will upgrade another small tree. Oh, I cannot. Let's leave it at that for now. Let's leave it at that. Or maybe they can throw another seed here. They'll throw another seed to here for 1. Right? They'll just keep on propagating here. Okay, so now we can go back to summer. Summer will have to buy a large tree for 4, and that'll bring them to 0. And autumn will use 1, 2, 3 to upgrade the medium tree to this, and then they will use 2, 1, 2 to upgrade a small tree to this. Okay, so they've got that. And now, as the sun comes back around to where we started, that will be the end of season 1. And we will see you again at the start of season 2. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next round. Bye-bye.